There we go. Remove the echo. 9 people watching. How you guys doing? Welcome to Bitcoin Daily. I don't know if it's Bitcoin Daily, you know, it's some kind of daily. So there's that. We gotta talk about elephant in the room. The elephant, we gotta talk about it. It's big, it's huge. You know, we gotta address the elephant in the room. So there is that. Now, it has been obvious for a long time that, you know, what's happening, it is breaking the trend a little bit towards downside, as you will see. But overall, it's still not as bad as it could be. Now, bears are out of the caves. And, you know, they do have an effect on me. As you know, I'm very emotional. So anytime something happens, I get, you know, a little bit scared. And oftentimes, at the very moment when I get scared, we pump. The elephant is my 2016-2021 pattern. Maybe. How's everybody doing in the chat? Good morning, Dr. Kala. How you doing? A lot of wildlife high up in the mountains of Portugal. But fortunately, no elephants. Nice. You still have money. I don't, man. I don't. I can't believe you're not broke. What's up, Yurin? Jule, Adam. Rek, that's how we doing. You shaved. Nice. Yeah. Like a baby. One less, how you doing, man? Michael, what's up? How you guys doing? So, as you see over here, we are going to slightly sloping upwards channel up here. And we're gonna look at this last part over here, what's happening. But, you know, in the bigger picture over here, we're gonna look at, you know, on the daily time frame, because everybody knows right by now that, you know, this has, you know, already played out. And right now we are looking for, you know, everybody's looking for that move towards downside, but we are still, you know, very much hopium that, you know, it's gonna break towards upside up here. I'm gonna explain how this actually plays out, how this actually works, but we can actually start talking about, because the elephant in the room is what everybody, you know, noticed, but, you know, not a lot of people talk about it. So the elephant in this room, that there are 2 patterns that's playing out. This is the 2021 topping out pattern, and right now, you know, we got this thing over here, and I won't say it's the same. It's definitely not the same, and I'm going to explain to you why, but it does look the same. So, you know, people are definitely talking about it, and there are other ways I can see this, right? So we got this break towards downside, and, you know, and last time that also happened, where this, you know, move over here towards upside, you can see up here the same kind of retest over here towards upside over here, as well over here, same kind of retest, and after that we broke the support and had this, you know, big move down over here. So this support here at 60k is very, very important. We do not want to break this towards downside, and, you know, if that is supposed to happen, we might eventually see some kind of, you know, bigger dumping towards downside. I don't still believe that we're gonna break towards downside. I'm gonna explain to you why. I'm still very much bullish, but that's the elephant in the room. So, you know, 2021 over here will play out the same way as play out now. I'm also going to explain to you that this pattern over here is playing out right now very, very nicely. And this pattern up here is a lot more confident than these 2 patterns over here. So this pattern is playing out right now are not actually the same pattern, even though people might actually believe it's the same pattern. It's not actually the same pattern. I'm going to tell you why as well. But it does look the same, so I do understand that people are very, very bearish, because over here you're consolidating, you break down, you know, try to go up here, and then you break towards downside. That is, you know, very much a likely probability up here, but we still have to break the 60k to have any kind of confirmation towards downside. Now, now the bigger pattern that's more interesting than the pattern that's playing out right now, this, you know, triangle pattern up here. Let me see if I can find a pattern up here. It's in back over here, way back, is this pattern over here. So you will see that this pattern is a lot more likely that's playing out right now than the very top up here. So the entire part up here, that's the pattern up here that's playing out. It's exactly the same, and you will see it. And this pattern over here, it's more likely than the other one. You know what we can do? We can split the chart in 4 and see this over here. So over here we're gonna look at Bitcoin 2021 pattern. Where is it on the daily time frame? That's the one over here, and we're gonna look at over here at Bitcoin daily pattern that's playing out right now. We're gonna just remove all the drawings. That's this one over here, and down here we're gonna look at this bigger pattern. Where is it? In let's find another chart over here. There we go. Over here, we're gonna look at this pattern up here. I don't know, can you see this? Can we do it like this over here, all the way down there? There we go, something like this over here. And on this chart, we're gonna look at the pattern is playing sorry about that. Pattern is playing out right now. Also, it's not on the daily time frame. Maybe it is on the daily time frame up here. There we go. So these two patterns over here, they're kind of the same. And these two patterns are kind of the same, but it's more likely that these two patterns is what's happening right now and not this part over here. So we are still very much bullish. Unfortunately, we still need to wait to see how this is going to play out. So why are these two patterns not actually the same? Well, the first thing you're going to notice that this is channeling very, very strongly towards upside, while this is actually consolidating over here. It's a very important, you know, minor detail, but it's very, very important. Over here, we got this, you know, exhaustion pattern with higher highs towards upside at the top over here, and then we broke towards downside, retested over here, and then broke towards downside. Over here, the only thing we have right now is consolidation pattern up here with a break towards downside, with this capitulation move, break towards downside. And what we are right now doing is we are consolidating over here right now below the support level. I'm going to explain to you also why this is important, but they are not actually the same pattern. They do look the same, but they are not the same pattern. This over here is a lot more bullish than this pattern up here. Oftentimes we call these exhaustion patterns, and exhaustion patterns, you know, have a big move towards upside somewhere, and then they continue going towards upside over here, like in channel up here. This is exhaustion move. That's actually what happened up here. We had a big move over here, and then we had this exhaustion move towards upside, and that's where we broke towards downside. If you remember, also up here there was a whole huge amount of you know, bullishness, and you know, retail that were buying. Everything was going, you know, stupidly nuts towards upside. Altcoins, yeah, there was stupid amount of retail in the market, and eventually it fell down. Dominance dropped towards downside. Everything was, you know, going crazy. So there was all kinds of signals over here that we are at top. Right now we don't have these kind of signals over here, and the only kind of signal that we have right now is this consolidation pattern up here that's happening right now. It's not exhaustion pattern towards upside. It's actually I mean, technically you could say it's something like this over here, but it's not very, very steep, at least channel towards upside. It looks more like consolidation pattern that we broke towards the downside. Also, other indicators are not telling us anything bearish right now, that we are not any kind of top. If you look at Bitcoin dominance, you'll see the Bitcoin dominance is still very, very high and needs to pull down if you're gonna have any kind of ending. Now, if you look at the chart down here on the bottom side, I'm going to do it like this. These two charts actually look the same, right? So you got this first initial move over here towards downside. First initial move, you got this, you know, a flagging towards the upside, exhaustion pattern that breaks up. Then you got this box over here. There is the box up here. Then you got this consolidation above the box over here, above the box. You see the consolidation above the box, and then big move towards upside, where we actually continue up here, getting into these stops over here. And then this is the same thing we are doing right now. We're just coming to these stops, and we just, you know, flagging over here. The way this actually played out, we went a little bit lower than these levels over here previously. So over here there was a support level. Let me just remove everything. Over here there was a support level, and can we see that we actually broke that support level and continue over here inside this box on the downside. And right now, you know, the big question is whether we're gonna go inside that box over here again. So over here we got a box over here. I'm gonna do the same thing up here, go below the box, inside this liquidity zone that we've been talking about for a very, very long time. That liquidity zone is between 60 and 52k levels over here, which might be very, very probable, and then, you know, continue towards upside. Now that's the one way I actually look at it. So if this pattern does play towards downside up here below the 60k, I'm looking anywhere up here between 60k and 52k down here in the box, in the liquidity area, where we can actually find some kind of support. So far so good. The thing that you're gonna see here, right after we actually came back outside of the box over here, we had a big, you know, corona dump towards downside. I don't think this is gonna happen over here. I don't think we're gonna go inside, you know, towards downside over here, consolidate, and then, you know, have some kind of big dump like 2022. 2020 Corona dump, I think it's more likely that we get inside this liquidity box on downside and then move towards the upside. If you remember my previous streams, like, you know, years ago, I've been always saying that this is over here when I actually thought that Bitcoin is gonna continue going towards upside. Unfortunately, you know, we got Corona dump and then continue going towards upside, but we got this dump over here. Now, I thought already once we actually came back above these levels over here, I thought this was it and we are gonna continue. Unfortunately, we had Corona dump. I think if we do go below inside this liquidity area down here and we get back outside of that liquidity area, you can see up here liquidity area, we came outside of the liquidity area, I don't think we're gonna go back down again. I think that's gonna be the move, but the liquidity area is very common to pick up and it can actually happen. Now let me show you another chart over here. First of all, we're gonna go back to the same chart, but let's go back a little bit over here again, and like you just saw right now, I think when it comes to patterns and stuff like that, this pattern that played out over here and right now it's playing this part over here, I think this is more likely scenario right now. I don't think this has anything to do with the 2021 move. So this part over here, I don't think is the same as 2021 move. It looks a little bit different. It's just consolidation part. It's not actually exhaustion pattern. Exhaustion pattern at some kind of tops are very important. You gotta have some kind of topping out pattern, and consolidation patterns are not actually topping out patterns. Yeah, exhaustion patterns are explosive move, explosive, what are you gonna call it, parabolic moves are topping out patterns. There are different types of topping out patterns, but triangle consolidation pattern is not always topping out pattern. So there is that. Also, again, a lot of other indicators are telling us that that's not the case. So let's go a little bit back over here. And today somebody posted in the chart JPY chart of the Forex. And I thought this was interesting, so I thought I got a couple of lines, but you know, let's move lines and let's see the chart, how it actually looks like. So you can see over here, GPY, Japanese yen versus dollar, is actually crashing towards downside like big time right now. But what you're gonna see here is very common on any kind of chart. So over here it was having nice, very nice option, had a big move towards upside, pull back, pull below the support level, retested, and I had this very nice channel up here just below us. And then we broke that towards downside over here. You can see we break towards retest, and right now we're continuing even towards downside over here on GPY. That said, this part over here does happen a lot of times, and this part oftentimes break towards upside when they actually can. So if you get a bull, once you break the support level over here, this was capitulation move. We can actually see the capitulation move by the amount of, you know, curvature up here at the bottom that's been happening once we start coming and down here, and exploded because there are trying to hold these levels over here. Trying to hold these levels, and they were doing that very nicely, but something happened around, you know, around Corona time, give or take, and we broke that support level towards downside. Channeling, we don't actually always know when they're gonna break towards upside or downside, or where they will break or when they will break, but you know, we do see once the break actually happens. And over here, the break up here, it was actually very catastrophic for the move up here. You'll see if you remove lines a little bit over here and draw nice lines over here, what you're gonna see here is that and the line up here at the top, give or take up here, these bottoms over here, these tops up here. So it broke the trend over here, went down to support, you know, big dump below the next support level, and then just went towards the upside. And right now it's doing this, you know, this maybe exhaustion pattern towards downside, where it's trying to find the bottom and maybe have some kind of move towards the upside. But this part over here is very important up here, this part up here. So let's go back to Bitcoin and see actually how this is actually playing out right now. Over here, and what you're gonna see up here right now, we have this consolidation pattern up here at the top, and right now we are doing this move over here, right? So this part up here right now, we are flagging inside the channel up here, and if you do break this flagging right now towards downside, again, I'm looking between anywhere between, you know, 59k all the way down here at 52.8k, give or take. You know, this is still liquidity zone. It's very probable to get into that zone and pick up liquidity because before the next move towards upside. But I'm not that bearish that I say that we have to go into the liquidity zone, because we can just continue flagging up here where everybody believes that we are going to break down. And it's also very important psychologically that everybody thinks that we are going to break down, because because they're not putting in long position. Not only that, people are actually starting to short this move towards upside because they're expecting this move towards downside. It can happen, but oftentimes when people are very, very bearish, the price tends to, you know, recover and go towards the upside. So the way I'm seeing right now, and you'll see also this on the 4-hourly time frame, that right now this last part, this bottom part up here that's right now flagging, has actually a very, very nice channel, and that channel goes something like this over here, give or take. And right now we are at, the way I see it, we are right now at the bottom of that channel. So the very first, what can you say? The very first move that's going to be very, very bad for us is getting, you know, breaking this channel towards upside, because then we are no longer looking at the channel, we are looking at support level down here at something like 60k levels. We can still, you know, go all the way down to the 60k levels and maybe hold that and bounce from that, but every time you break support is actually very, very bearish. The way I see it right now, a lot of people are very bearish, so over here it's a very, very nice place to go towards upside. And the last thing when it comes to, you know, short time frames up here, you'll see up here on the 1-hourly time frame that right now we are actually consolidating over here. We had a big move towards downside, with an exhaustion pattern towards downside. We broke that. Right now we are doing again this curvature up here, trying to hold the levels. So if I would say up here above 65k, if you can actually do a move above 65k, I will again start to be looking again towards very, very high levels after that. But this move above 65k needs to come, and this on the small time frames. This is 1-hourly time frame. So if you go and put, you know, resistance level up here, this is at you know, let's put it at 65k because it's very, very nice. There we go. You'll see this resistance level up here. That's a 65k. Let me put it at 65k, please. There we go, 65k. So, and let me move it up here a little bit, 65k. So if you can actually do the move up here above 65k before we actually break down outside of the channel towards downside, I would say that's very, very bullish. Let's go a little bit up, higher time frames up here. Again, this is a big move towards downside with a source. Let's invert the chart as well and remove everything on the chart. This over here, the way I see it, is a big impulsive move up. There is exhaustion pattern towards upside, which broke down, and right now it's having this curvature up here, which I think this curvature up here, as long as it doesn't you know, invalidate the channel up here. So there is the channel goes something like this up here, and this exhaustion pattern broke already up here. Right now it's retesting the levels, but again you can see up here it needs to break the 65k levels to continue going towards upside. I think right now that we are as long as we can hold this, you know, outside of the channel up here, I think this is already curving towards this side over here. So small time frames, the way I see it right now, they're curving up here, and if we can get back above 65k, that's going to be very, very bullish for Bitcoin. So let's go up here to small time frames again and pop some indicators up here. You can see up here, once this exhaustion pattern over here broke towards upside, we have been being pushed by the 50 moving average up here, and we're still going towards downside up here. But these wicks on the downside are also getting very, very bullish, and I think that eventually, if we can actually make this move towards upside, I mean, it's not that much, we should become very, very bullish. So still needs a little bit waiting to, you know, break this pattern to one or other side towards downside or upside. But this already, to me, looks like it's already curving. Yes, there is a big dump over here, but it might be just, let me look at the volume up here. There is no volume up here. There's a lowering volume inside this consolidation. So some kind of move is going to happen very, very soon. And I'm definitely looking right now this move towards upside more than towards downside. Because if you look at a daily time frame up here, sorry, a 4-hourly time frame over here, we are already at support level. We are already at support level. So maybe up here, where is the line? Something like this, wasn't, because these midlines over here, yeah. So we are already right now at support level towards downside over here. We managed to hold it, pull back up here right now, curving up here, and I think that there is a very, very good chance that we might actually have some kind of bounce. Not sure what is that's gonna happen or not, but you know, that's my take on it. On the other hand, if we start breaking towards downside up here, we might see some kind of move back down 60k, and after 60k, if we break the 60k, that's the liquidity area all the way down to 52k, and that might be the bottom for right now. But the way I see it, the bull market not done just yet. We just had a halvening, but there is a lot of FUD on all over the place, guys. There is a lot of FUD. I do know that you're a little bit scared, just like me, because emotional. But there is that. Who is this new young go-getter presenter? Why is your sound tweaked? Guys, weekly 50 moving incoming 44k. Let's see weekly 50 moving average up here. Where is it? So Jewel thinks we're gonna go to 40k. He says 44k, so it's a little bit up here, but you know, when we start going towards downside over here and this goes towards upside, you know, you hit 44k. I don't think we're gonna hit 44k. 44k is up here at these stops up here. I think we're just gonna go down to 52k down here. If we go down, it's gonna be 52k. The way I see it. Can we go down all the way down to 44k? I mean, technically you can, but I'm a little bit unsure. Now, there is another reason why we should hold the 60k level, and it goes back to that theory that we, you know, the top of the market is at 90k. Let's say it's 90k up here, give or take. Here is 90k. That's the top of the market, 90k, right? And if you measure the move from all the way from the bottom to where we are right now, it's 300% or something like that, right? All the way towards the top, that's like almost 500%. But if you move back down to 60k, which we have already done so, all the way towards top, that's another 50% move towards the upside, which is the way I see it, you know, how the measurement should be done when it comes to upside. Again, the trend is not broken over here. We got a trend over here that's not broken. So, you know, even this line up here is looking at right now. If you just dump today, we can dump all the way down to the bottom of our, you know, 52 level up here and still be fine. There is no problem. Even if you dump down all the way down here, you know, this is still fine, and then continuation towards upside, because the trend is not broken. The big trend is not broken just yet. So it takes a little bit time. Over here, it's a little bit different. I mean, it took a little bit while before we broke the trend. Right now, I mean, we are not close to that just yet. So still got time. We just passed halving and all of that shebang. Dominance is right now sitting on the support level. You can see also here that dominance actually managed to break the support level towards the downside over here. Was consolidating up here. Is this gonna do a JPY move, the Japanese yen move towards downside? We are actually looking for that, but you know, nothing is set in stone, and this move have been reversing towards downside pretty much very strongly right now, but we still don't have any kind of breakage on the downside over here. So right now we are very close to the support level. So if Bitcoin wants to go towards the upside over here, it can, because if Bitcoin pumps right now from 60k, what is 62k to 68k, 70k or something like that, again, you will see another move up here towards the upside, I think. On the other hand, if it, you know, if we do start breaking this towards the upside while Bitcoin is slowly climbing towards the upside, this is not gonna happen, and then we might have altcoin season. Regardless, once this actually breaks towards downside, the altcoin season will come, and once altcoin season comes, you guys got 2 months left. 2 months left, because the big move, before the next big move. The ETH Bitcoin chart over here, I'm still looking for a move towards upside. It's been consolidating down here at the bottom of this week for a very long time. It's been channeling down here for a very long time. Still no move up here. You know, it does try to go, so there is definitely bullishness up here. It broke the support level. So if this move over here is not to move towards upside and it goes even more towards upside, I don't know what to say, guys. The only thing up here in the last part, actually, because there are no divergences up here, we are very low. We had some kind of 40 levels when it comes to RSI, monthly RSI and ETH Bitcoin chart up here. You'll see previous lows are up here, that we broke right now towards downside. But the only bullish thing up here, not only bullish, there are several bullish things up here. Number one, you are channeling towards downside. Unfortunately, this is monthly time frame, so it can continue for next 3 months before it actually goes towards upside. But the bullish part up here is that we are losing momentum towards downside. So you'll see over here, after this move towards downside up here, the momentum has been climbing towards upside up here. So the loss of momentum while we are going towards downside gets me very bullish. I would say, you know, this month, next month, in a couple of months time, this needs to break towards upside. It is very bullish. Overall, guys, the elephant in the room is not the elephant in the room, but you know, because it's a different pattern up here at the top. 2021 was also Pi cycle top, bro, could be that too. But yeah, 2021 was Pi cycle top, and you'll see up here on the chart. Let's go to this chart over here, clean up everything, and add Pi cycle top indicator over here. And let's go to the weekly time frame up here, you'll see that we don't still have the pi cycle top indicator up here. You can also see the moving averages to see how far we are. So it's only when these moving averages start crossing each other that you get this pi cycle top. And right now we are way, way far away from each other to have any kind of pi cycle top. It might consolidate up here a little bit. This might start curving towards the downside, or might actually continue going towards the upside, and this might increase the speed, and then you get some kind of pi cycle top up here, right? Eventually. But if you're looking for pi cycle top indicator to tell you when it's top, it's not the top yet. If you're looking at the Bollinger Bands on the logarithmic chart on the monthly time frame, tell you when the top is, it's not the top yet, right? So this needs to explode towards the downside. And there are a couple other ways that we can figure out where the top is, but we don't see just yet. Pull up 2016 halving daily 2. Let's see the halving past dates, not past dates, it's halving events. There we go. This one. These are halving events. Let's clear up the chart up here a little bit. Oh, we remove the this one over here, and let's go to the logarithmic chart. I mean, if you look at it, and right now we have it over here, although it's not on the chart just yet because this monthly time frame. This is April, give or take. This is the last one over here. Over here in 2012, we just went towards the upside. Over here, there was a pullback and consolidation before the move towards the upside. Over here, also the May itself was a move towards the downside, but overall we went down. So these two last halving months were actually red months. So are we gonna have a red month and then continue towards the upside up here? We don't know, but even the halving chart looks actually very, very bullish. No bear, no bull. It done because Bank of Japan decided to keep rates unchanged at 0.1%. Maybe I am a little bit. I don't know what's happening in macro stuff, but there is that. Check Bitcoin long short radio to verify people retail and in fact bearish. I don't know how to do that. I don't know the link and where to go. That Binance Kong short radio is loose. I tried it. There you go. You heard it from Gort. You heard it from Gort. Gort think he's useless. Yo, what's up, the Greens Globe? How you doing, man? Guys, we have big news in 40 minutes. CPI report. It's not CPI report. It's core PCI price report. I don't know. I don't know the difference. But sure, man. But remember, it's priced in. Regardless of what kind of report it is, it's priced in. And somebody knows something. 2060 price action could play out too. This is a 2060 price action over here right now. We are still at tops up here somewhere. It's just consolidating. And just saw up here right now. This over here is just consolidation pattern. It's not a topping out pattern the way I see it. Almost hit the weekly 50 moving average. Where's the weekly? Doesn't matter. Many clouds. Peter, I don't man. Where is the OG guy? Am I in the wrong channel? Guys, thank you for stopping by. I thought we should be talking about the pattern because it's not just that Jewel was mentioning. Is a lot of other people on the on X are mentioning the same kind of pattern up here at the top on the daily time frame, and I just don't see this as being the same kind of pattern. So this breakdown towards downside over here is not the same kind of breakdown that we had in 2020 2021. It looks the same, but it's not the same because it's different kind of environment. It was different kind of topping out pattern and all of that shebang. On the other hand, it does look like it is consolidation phase. We have had big consolidation phases, guys. We have had very big consolidation phase, right? So you got a big consolidation phase, move up, big consolidation phase, move up, big consolidation phase, move down, consolidation phase, move up, big consolidation, move up, big consolidation, big move up, big consolidation phase. Unfortunately, we are in this consolidation phase still before we actually get to, but they can take a little while to play out. Again, the part that I'm looking at right now, it's the channel up here, of course, give or take. This very slight channel up here, how is it gonna play out? There is on 4 hourly, there is even a steeper channel up here, but overall we are just looking at the channel up here. How is it gonna play out? Julie blow off top theory. Check out CoinSkid. I don't know about that. Koinskid is way too big on XRP, and I'm not too big on XRP, so I don't actually look at a lot of his videos. So there is that. Given it's Friday, we are more likely to dump. Big money doesn't like holding trades over the weekend. Big money holds trade over months. You know, traders don't hold trades over the weekends. Anyways, guys, have a nice day. I'm gonna go and do stuff. It's sunny here, but it's very, very cold. So I actually had to, you know, fire my, fireplace today, earlier today, because it was actually so cold. Imagine that we are in April and it's so cold that I have to, you know, fire up the fireplace. Stuff, yeah, stuff, you know, games and stuff, you know. I gotta clean it. I'm probably gonna clean right now because I bought this very nice, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but there is a very nice new, you know, stuff. I need to fill up with stuff, and I have to remove this stuff, and you know, stuff needs to get done. And the only way I can get stuff is if I quit the stream and start doing my stuff. Global boiling. Anyways, guys, thanks for stopping by. We're gonna keep you updated if something new happens, but it's just been consolidated. You know, these consolidations are so boring. They are so tiresome. I don't know. I think I'm just very, very tired and bored of the consolidation parts. Every single consolidation part, I get really bored. Consolidation part, like literally every single consolidation part, I'll get bored to death. Literally every single one. Okay, see you around, guys. Outro. Bye-bye.